Hey guys, Jammer SuperCoach here. Welcome to my round 10 review. And I don't know what it is with this season, man, but we just cannot consistently have 2 good weeks in a row. I mean, it's either been top 1% or complete bust, and like top 30 or 50%. It's been really frustrating after those first few rounds. Like, I still don't think it's even been that bad of a systematic error. I just think, look, we didn't have enough cash gen coming in. We didn't pick the right cash cows, and oh, I'm starting to realize how valuable that is now. I'm gonna take a note of this in the early for my early trades next season. I'm gonna focus on just getting as many rookies in as I can and getting as much cash in as I can, because cash is so pivotal in this game. Just getting all those upgrades in as early as you can, because now people are getting injured, and yeah, gotta take a pause on some of these upgrades, which is annoying. But let's go through the team. I had something else to say. What was I gonna say? Yeah, look, there's injuries fucking everywhere, man. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, let's just get into the team. Whitfield 109. I ended up changing the trades again, as I do basically every week. Like, I'm making these round reviews later in the week so that I don't move my trades around and you guys know exactly what I'm doing. But I don't know why, for whatever. I think there was oh yeah, Oscar McDonald didn't end up coming to the team, so I ended up pivoting, getting Archer Daywicks in the forward line, and that allowed me to get enough cash to get Whitfield in, and he's D1 this year, so you've got to get him. There's no sorry, just had a sip of water. There's no exception. You have to get him in eventually, so I might as well get him in now. And I don't think he's going to drop below the 550k mark. So Whitfield 109. Didn't watch much of this game. Became a dead game after like the first few quarters, and Whitfield was doing okay, but yeah, he really stepped it up in that sort of second half, and his efficiency saved him. He sort of got overscored here. I'm glad I'm on this end of it rather than not having him, because I'd be mad if I was watching his game and he got a 109 40 tier, because I don't think he was that good at all. I barely noticed him getting the ball, but he had 25 disposals at, like, what does this note say? He had 25 disposals going at 92%, so I guess it's sort of warranted for a 109. Yeah, look, if my trade-in tons up, I'm happy. I don't really care. And we know he's going to be a keeper, so there's no point complaining. Zorko 99, so underscored, man. He was one of the best players in this game. He was fucking everywhere. And they give him a 99. 27 disposals at 81% efficiency. And he's just so damaging with the ball, Zorko. Like, there was some plays where he just kicked it up the middle of the ground, straight to a target, and directly resulted in a goal. Like, and he'd get like 4 points for those plays, 4 SuperCoach points, and I'd be like, what? He's just single-handedly from fullback started a fucking like 3-kick chain to a goal. Like, surely he's got to get some more scores for that. But yeah, it is what it is. He's still averaging 112 this year. It's just one of those picks, well, you can't always be happy with. Sinclair 131. He's really started to bounce back, and people are starting to get him in now, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, I'm just glad he started to hit some form again. Jordan Clark 109, so overscored, man. I don't know how he got to this. I think he had 18 disposals. He had 18. I didn't say how many disposals. I'm pretty sure he had 18 disposals going at 81%. I don't know in what world that converts to a 109, but look, I'm happy. He did take a few contested intercept marks, which may have boosted up his score. So yeah, I'm not complaining over a 109. Yeah, he's been overall a good trade, and apart from that bloody terrible 50 that I brought him in for, he then got a 150 and a 109. So he's well and truly redeemed himself. I still think he's top 6. Bailey Dale has just been fucking unbelievable though, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. Roberts 84, just like, don't lose this much cash, mate. Get to your buy and then flip me. Like, please, just get back up to like 480 or something so that I can move you on with a little bit of respect. Like, oh, he's a good player. He gets a lot of the footy. He just uses it really shit for a halfback. Something he's got to work on. He just floats it too much. Like, I see his kicks anytime there's remotely any type of fucking physical contact near him. Not even physical contact, but if there's just people in his vicinity, he just hacks it. He just hacks a weird ass floater that ends up either getting intercepted or going out of bounds or some shit. Like, um, Zach Reed 75. I'm just happy this guy played because of his back concern early in the week, and I think I'm gonna hold him. I was originally gonna trade him this week, but I think I'm gonna hold him for one more, and he plays Richmond this week. Yeah, because of some injuries, I've got to hold him. But 41 break even, he should still make another 20k. It says here, but I think he can make even more than that against Richmond. I think if he pushes out a 90 or what's he projected? Oh, 85. That's pretty reasonable. So yeah, he'll probably make like get to 440k, and then I'll move him on next week perhaps. Yeah, Zach Reed's been a shining light in a fucking dark, gloomy shit of a team that has crumbled, which is mine. Stone, just please come back in, mate. He's been in good form in the VFL. Just as he has a spike game, they drop him. Like, I'm still pretty pissed off about that. Carroll came back in, did absolutely nothing. He's probably going to get dropped again. Brayshaw, 99. I think he was sort of underscored, but again, in a blowout, most of his points started to come late in the game, and we know that doesn't really convert well, so ended up on a 99. I think if this was a closer game, he would have gotten a 110 or something, but because it was a blowout, they sort of just didn't give him that many points, but whatever. I don't care for Brayshaw. He's been a stellar pick. Dacos, oh my god. Nick Dacos, Mr. Princess of the AFL. Everyone, every Collingwood supporter, and every fucking AFL fan in general just glazes the shit out of this guy. Just for him to be averaging 107 Supercoach. Like, are you serious? You're supposed to be the next Gary Ablett, mate. We can't have these type of fucking form slumps. But look, he plays North this week. I'm expecting a big bounce back game. And from there, hopefully, he can get pumping back to that true Nick Dacos form that we know he can get to. But a 95, like, it wasn't terrible. It was really nowhere to be seen in that first half, and he was just playing catch up from there. Sheasel 77, did not watch a lick of this game. You have my footy game, so didn't pay any attention. Don't really know what happened. Know he got moved up forward and had like 20 disposals and 10 tackles or something. He used it really poorly, which probably fucked him up, so it's whatever. He's still a keeper, I think, in defence. Dunkley 110. Yeah, nice. He started to hit some form again, which is great. This is 4 tons in a row, I believe now, averaging 114. Why did that open? And yeah, happy with Dunkley. He's definitely a keeper in the midfield. I've always been bold on him, even when he was in that little form slump. I just think no one ever thinks to tag him, so he's always safe for that 110 sort of score every single week. And eventually, you will get some spike scores out of Dunkley as well, which is good. Rosie 91, like, he's been a disappointing bring-in. He actually has. Like, he uses it again. He's like Roberts. He gets a lot of the footy, but he just uses it really bad. I probably should have thought about this more. I still think he's a keeper, but I probably should have just thought of it a bit more carefully before just mindlessly bringing him back in after trading him out. Like, look, he's gonna get defense status. Hopefully, he can average 105 plus and be a keeper in defense. But yeah, he's got to start getting some better kicking efficiency because he's been going at consistently like 60-50% every game, and at halfback you can't be doing that. You're just not going to score well if that happens. Lindsay 67 played really well. Watch this game. The second half he was just pivotal. He was just everywhere, man. He was definitely a key cog to Melbourne transforming because I felt like he was pretty dead during this game, and then when that like middle of third quarter and last quarter came around, he just flicked a switch, and so did Melbourne. So I don't know. I feel like he sort of went with the momentum, which I think the coach is really going to value, which I'm happy about because starting to think he was a little bit of a sub risk having a look at their bench a bit earlier on in the week. But yeah, Lindsay's ended up making us some nice cash, so that's good. Kako, what a fucking shit draft pick this guy has been. Like, how are you drafted so highly and you're pushing out these scores? I get you're a small forward, but like, come on, man. I can't remember the last time this guy had more than 10 touches in a game, so he's got to pick up his game. Gross came on as the sub early on. Of course, I had to field him. By the way, I haven't even talked about that. We held TDK, so we couldn't afford any bad scores. Yet we got a 22, a 32, and a 42 on field, which just completely ruined my week. I think it's just the caliber of some of the rookies I have on field is really fucking me up this year because I don't know. I feel like my team's sort of unbalanced. It's really defense and forward heavy, and even ruck heavy. But I mean ruck and flex heavy. But yeah, my midfield, I'm fielding some very shit rookies that I shouldn't be fielding. But I mean, what Ross Lyons said about Carlton. You make your bed, you sit in it. So that's what we have to do now. Yeah, so Gross came on as a sub, 42. Thought he played really well. I think he should consistently get a game in this team. Yeah, look, there's not much to say about him. He's just sort of dud rookie pick. But if he's not sub, he'll start making some cash again. So he's definitely a hold. You shouldn't be doing anything with him. I was a bit disappointed that Never didn't come into the side because I thought coming back from injury he'd just come straight in, but I guess not. Huswaite didn't play, like, got dropped. These rookies have just been so shit, man. Boxall got dropped as well. Oh my god. Chaos. But with McCrae, I think Boxall will come back in. He had like 40 in the VFL and 10 tackles, so he has to come back into the side. Jerry 150 captain. We knew he was going to push out one of these scores, so I'm not going to touch on it too much. Just a classical Jerry game. Like, this guy isn't human. He's a super human ruck. DCAM, I've been really happy with what has been delivered from DCAM. Like, he's had some really hard matchups to start the season, and he's managed to do really well. Like, he had that 164 that we didn't get because it was round 0. 74 against Sweet, and Sweet was restrictive for like the first month of the season, if any of you guys remember that. So that one's a bit of an excuse. He got a 112 against English, a 91 against TDK, which should have been like a 140 this game. He played fantastic. A 119 against Sydney, a 90 against McInerney, 125, 128, 113, and 107. And these 113 and 107 is against Shrek and O'Brien, and those are two pretty hard ruck opponents. So yeah, I think this guy's going to be good. I think he's definitely going to be R3 this year. Apart from maybe Marshall, if Marshall keeps going the way he's going. But, yeah, I think he's going to be valuable to have in our flex this season. So I'm very happy with the way he's gone. Pushed out at 107. Had a couple of 50-metre penalties go his way, which is lovely. Love to see that. We got Bailey Smith. Look, it doesn't really matter what he scores because everyone has him, but 156, unreal. He's seriously a VCNC option now. I did not think if you told me this preseason that Bailey Smith was going to be a VCNC option this season, I would have laughed at you. But he clearly has become one, and I'm going to VC him this week against his old mob at GMHBA. I could see a big score coming here for Bailey Smith. Petrarca 94, like a couple of 130s, and now he's just back to this shitty fucking 90 sort of run. Like, oh. Look, hopefully he bounces back. Hopefully he's a keeper in the forward line. Just, oh, what a shame. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm just going to go check something out real quick. Sorry about that. Yeah, about Petrarca. Look, hopefully he can bounce back and stop delivering us these shitty 90s. Start to pump out some more 130s like he was the weeks before. Rankin 90, just butchered the ball so much. He was around the ball. He had 26 disposals and 16 contested, 53% efficiency, 9 clangers, and like 6 out on the full kicks, which was bloody hilarious. But oh my god, like he had a set shot from I think it was like 35 out, pretty like reasonably slight angle. He just shanked it completely, went out on the full, and then he had like a 50-meter penalty go his way. Had a shot from like 25 out slide angle. I was like, surely he doesn't kick it out in the full again. And you know what he did? He kicked it out in the full again. So I think this is just an outlier sort of thing for Rankin. He's a star, but he's not going to kick it out in the full like that again in a game. I don't think. McRae 77 with the what was the injury again? It was a lung injury, so yeah, punctured lung, 2 to 3 weeks. I thought about holding him, but I think I'm gonna sell. I think I'm gonna sell and pick him up later in the year because we know he's gonna be a keeper in the forward line. So we're gonna have to bring him back in if we trade him out. But I think I'm willing to do that. I think I'm willing to wait for him to drop a little bit more when he comes back and then pick him up then. Horn Francis, on the other hand, I'm going to fuck straight off because, look, I don't think he's worth holding for 2 to 4 weeks, however long he is out. If it's more than 1 week, then it's not worth holding. And plus, he's got the bye next week, and that's a very shit bye. So, Horn Francis, you are gone. I'm already just going to get him out of the team because I don't want to see him there. While we keep going through these guys, Daniel 97, decent bounce back game, nearly tonned up. Not complaining about that. Daywicks 37. Yeah, it's just like what you'd expect from a 99k rookie, I guess. And De Koning better play this week, or I'm gonna run a riot. So, yeah, getting into the trades now. We're gonna go Horn Francis and McRae out. This is basically what everyone's doing. Look, I don't know if I want to trade McRae. If we kept McRae, this is what I'd do. I'd get. Where would I? Probably put. What have I done? Oh yeah, I'd trade Kako and Horn Francis out, and I get Cooper Simpson and who's the guy I wanted in the midfield? Oh, actually no, we'll get Chad Warner in the forward line. So that's what we would do if we would hold McRae, but I don't know. I got a feeling that they're sort of exaggerating McRae's injury. I feel like he's gonna come back miraculously in like a week's time or something. Because like, if you've had a punctured lung, like I've had a punctured lung before, it's usually like, if it's really bad, then obviously it can be for like months and months and months, and you'll be out for ages. But with a minor one like McRae's, like a 2 to 3 week one, I don't know. I just feel like it's something you heal from relatively quickly. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a horrible injury. I've had it before. It's a absolute shocker of an injury, but at the same time, I feel like it's something that recovers quickly. So we'll field Boxall if we were to do that. Let's just have a look at how this team shapes out if we do that. Yeah, I don't mind the look of that. We'll put DCAM at the flex just because I like the look of De Koning R2 a little bit better. Fielding Gross again is like very annoying, but I mean it is what it is. Yeah, I like the look of this, but look, if we end up holding McRae and he actually does stay out for like 3 weeks, like he's scheduled for, then it's going to be a bit of a shame. But at the same time, it could also be like a Clayton Oliver situation, for example, where, or like, no, not even Clayton Oliver. There's been tons of people in the past who they've had that sort of, they've had an injury that's been like 2-3 weeks, 1-2 weeks, and then it keeps extending. It happened with Fantasia for Carlton a bit earlier this year, where he had a calf injury that was supposed to be 1 week, ended up being out for the next 8 weeks. So I don't know. Injuries have been really inconsistent this year in terms of like timelines, but I think I'm willing to do this actually. I was coming into this video thinking of a completely different trade plan, but I actually do like the look of this. And look, I think Warner's definitely a keeper over Jason Horne-Francis. I think Horne-Francis he's good, but I don't know. Hamstrings are sort of a reoccurring thing. Like, they don't just happen once. I feel like he'll start to get some more injuries after this. I don't want that to happen. Like, I'm not praying on his downfall or anything, but yeah, I just feel like hamstrings aren't a one-off sort of thing. I feel like they keep coming back. So let's just go through the option that I would do if I was to trade McRae as well. So we'll go Horn, Francis, and McRae. We'll move Kako down here. I can't believe we have to hold Kako with a 73 back in, but he does play the Tigers, so hopefully the inevitable fucking spike score that I've been talking about for the past 8 weeks finally fucking comes. But it's a bit late now, mate. Yeah, and what I was planning to do here is I'll go Warner there, Warner in the forward line, and we would get, where's he at? Average. Matt Rowell in the midfield. I don't want Shai Bolton. I could get Shai Bolton, but I don't want to do that, man. I really don't want to do that. It's just, Shai Bolton has always been the most inconsistent fucker. And, like, he had a 5. People are forgetting that he had a 5. Yes, he was down on CPAs, but you can't just score a 5 in a game and expect to be, like, the biggest pick in a few weeks' time. Like, what? I just don't understand. Don't see the understanding of that, of getting Bolton, because, like, he's not going to be a keeper. He's going to make, like, 90k. I've seen the projector and everything. If he goes at 100 for the next 2 weeks, he's only going to make 90k. So I just don't really see the point. Like, yeah, I don't really see the point of trading him in, because he's not a keeper. I'll tell you that right now. He will not be a keeper. Yes, forever an easy fixture, but I've tried to do this easy fixture shit this whole season and navigate the easy fixture. It has completely fucked me up, because I've ended up getting cunts like Zorko and Dunkley and then Sinclair at full price, and they end up coming down in bloody 2 weeks. Yeah, and I just think Rowell has a better chance of actually pushing out some decent scores than Bolton does. As crazy as that sounds, because Rowell's been an absolute dud towards the end of last season and in the past few weeks this season. I don't know. I just feel like since these down games are coming a little bit earlier, he's going to have some bigger games coming. And look, he's still averaging 103, and he's 464k, so it's definitely value. He plays St Kilda this week, and if you're not getting tagged by Winhager, that's a very good matchup. They're fucking shit to inside mids. So I do really rate the Real pick. But at the same time, we might as well just hold McRae. Yeah, look, I haven't even cemented what I'm gonna do yet. I do like the look of this team, and I do like the look of Matt Rowell, just because I feel like I need a risk in my team. You could say Bolton's a risk, but like half the fucking comp is getting him in, so it's not really a risk. Well, not really half the comp, but 9% are getting him in, so it's not really a massive risk. I feel like Rowell is just something that, if I nail, it's going to push me up in the rankings, because 464k for someone that can push out great scores like Rowell, I think it's good. I think it's value for sure. And look, we don't have the luxury to be getting good players anymore. We're in this shit. We have to fucking buy from Team U now. We're tight asses, so this is probably what we're gonna have to do. Let's have a look at that on paper. On paper, it looks so fucking shit, doesn't it? Like, Horn Francis for Warner doesn't look too bad, but Ralph and McRae just looks very concerning. I just look at the Saints fixture, because holding McRae through the buys might not even be that bad. He's got Gold Coast to Melbourne that he probably would have gone big. Look at his average against Gold Coast. Fuck me. 133 average against Gold Coast in 13 matchups. That's insane. That's fucking awesome. He probably would have gone massive if he was to play there. And he probably would have gone big against Melbourne as well. Then he's got the bye. I mean, yeah, no, then he's got the bye in round 13. And that's 3 weeks just then. So he should well and truly be back for round 14. I don't know, man. I do have a feeling that he's just going to come back quicker. And I know that there's been some rumours that Horn Francis has been like, oh, I feel great. My hamstring's fine. It's a lot easier than it's a lot better than what we expected, blah, 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 this, that. But, like, I feel like you're getting more out of holding McRae than you are of Horn Francis. McRae, you're getting a guaranteed keeper. Horn Francis, you're getting someone that you might not even know is a keeper or not. A high ass break even. Don't think he did that. Hasn't been over 160 in his career. I don't think. He's 499k. He's just up to 22. Like, I feel like McRae definitely makes sense to hold more over Horn Francis. And look, I think Horn Francis is bullshitting, man, about this, how he's recovered so quickly from this hamstring and all that. I feel like he's saying that because he wants to be back quicker, but in reality, it's still the same. Like, the doctors will rarely get that shit wrong, especially AFL doctors. As much as they do fucking get timelines wrong and shit, I don't know. I feel like if hamstrings are pretty easy to diagnose, I reckon. I'm just yapping at this point. I'm not a fucking doctor. What do I know? But yeah, I'm probably gonna stick with these trades. Although let's look back at. Let's do one more thing before I fucking start this video. Where's McRae? McRae. And who else did we trade out? Horn Francis. And we go Horn, Frankel, Kako, McRae down. Actually, no, we keep McRae up. We get Simpson. We get Warner. Chad Warner. So that is... I do like this, man. I feel like this is going to be the end of season top 6. Smith, Petrarca, Rankin, Warner, Daniel, and McRae. I feel like this is the guaranteed top 6 in terms of what the average. Maybe not fucking Daniel, because he's a spud. But, maybe, like, we get Horn Francis for Daniel after he's dropped in price when he comes back. And then I think that'll be the guaranteed top 6. But, yeah, I do like the look of this. And if Boxall plays and isn't sub, which I think will happen, won't happen, he won't be sub. Yeah, I think it could pay off. But again, I'm fielding fucking Gross, fucking, or whatever, however you pronounce it. Gross and Boxall on field. It's a bit concerning again. Oh, it's going to take a bit of deciding. I'm definitely not set, but I'm starting definitely to lean towards more of this option. Let me know in the comments if you guys would comment and tell me which option you guys prefer more, because I'm really in the middle here. It's 50-50. Yeah, like, I've got nothing to lose, so I don't know, just drop your thoughts in the comments if you have any. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys at the end of next round. I'll probably end up doing a earlier round review next week, just because I'm getting a little bit sick of these later ones, having to wait all week to upload the fucking review, and it's probably a bit shit for you guys too. So I'll start doing them like Sunday, Monday night again. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.